democracy doesn't have to be done the way that it's being done. So it's not just you cast one vote and then that's it.
The idea of a people's assembly is it gets a load of diverse experience and pulls it together.
When you have people in a facilitated space hearing and sharing and listening, then they're actually much more likely to think about what needs they share and what is best for everyone.
We're going to hear from 3 people and they're each going to talk for about 7 minutes, and then after that I'm going to give you a chance to reflect a bit on what you've learned.
I was really heartened that we had people from Islington Council and the GLA here tonight.
If we don't deal with and adapt to the heat that's coming, in a place like Islington, it's going to disproportionately impact some of our most vulnerable residents.
Hearing what people think could work and what they want to see in their own homes and neighbourhoods is really important.
When we think about climate change, the predominant issue has been flood risk, but for overheating it's a bit more of an abstract issue. And that's why we want to tell it with the human story so that people can relate to it, rather than just telling people that 3,000 people died in 2022 from the heatwave.
This is my first time doing a People's Assembly. I found it a really, really inspiring process to be able to meet people from different backgrounds. You can have conversations that you maybe aren't treading the same ground as you do with friends.
We want to encourage people to talk to neighbours, talk to loved ones, think about vulnerable people and start talking about how their experience of overheating is and what they can do about it.
They're going to give you about 35 minutes in your groups to generate ideas and creative solutions and think about what we can collectively do. And this information, you're going to take photos of it, it's going to be put on the website. It will also be shared with the council.
We really need radical ideas in order to combat what's coming. Things that may sound crazy now, we are going to need.
There's definitely a role for the way that we adapt to climate change to be participatory.
Collectively and by collaborating, we can start to find solutions.
So I think the fact that we haven't seen it much in the UK is part of what makes it challenging. The UK Climate Change Committee in January of 2022 had said there was little chance of the UK seeing 40 degrees in the coming years. We saw it a few months later.
Some of the things that would come out of tonight's People's Assembly would be local networks, so people figuring out ways that they can work together to respond to and prepare for heat waves.
Today we talked about heat. We want to do another one that's about flooding. What we need to do is also think about how we're going to prevent it from getting worse. So yes, we've got to get ready to live in the shade, but yes, we've got to find a way of doing it with less power that is creating less carbon.
Our governments are doing very little, so we have to take it on.
We need to change our systems, but we are all part of those systems. So by coming together like this, we can work out how we can help each other to do that.